The Brahmasthan, which has the yellow element, okay, because it's a Brahma, it's a sthan of the entire house. So it's a Nabi, it's called as a gut, okay. And it is also to do with the solar flex, again, just to relate the color and the, the body structure. So when you say solar flex, it again talks about the yellow shade, the color yellow. It means that anything that is kept in the middle of your house, which is very heavy, could be your staircase or could be anything, can actually relate to disaster in your life. So nothing should be really, you should avoid keeping too much of, unwanted things in your Brahmasthan. Second is, I spoke about the relationship. So again, southwest. So when we talk about southwest, it talks about a zone of relationship and skills. So both go hand in hand. So when we talk about skills, so I'm going to give you a lot of tips here, okay? So keep noting it down, guys. Very first thing, when we talk about southwest, um, there's a lot of myth that people have that my bedroom is in southwest. Having bedroom in southwest doesn't really matter. What is important is keeping your photo frame in southwest, which actually matters. Second thing is, in southwest we also talk about our ancestors, okay, because those are the blessings. If their blessings are there with us, okay, we can rule the whole world. That's what people say, that if your ancestors support you, it can really, you can move ahead in life, and you can do everything possible thing if they are being, they are blessing you. So again, a photograph or the pic of the ancestor to be placed in the southwest direction. So again, that's a zone of relationship, but not a zone of bedroom, I would put it as. Okay, but yes, so you can, surely we can have bedroom in southwest, it's no harm. But photographs are must if you want unity, if you want relationships to work. And the relationship is just not about husband and wife, it can be the whole family, it can be in-laws, it can be kids. And I'm talking on in general relationship with everybody. In fact, surprisingly, even if you have your seniors or your bosses and you're not getting along well, just place their pictures also. Your relationship with that particular person will start moving in your favor. Now, talking about the disaster position, that is south of southwest. That's 11.5 degree, a little, next to southwest. In this is a zone of disposal, a zone where everything moves out of your life. A lot of time people say, that my bedroom is in southwest. Still, I am not seeing those, spark in our relationship, and things are going back to worst, and gradually things are not working in my favor, or our relationship is not, it's just coming to an end. The reason is because you're not sleeping in southwest, but you're sleeping in south of southwest. It's a very minor difference that
Right,
only an expert can talk about.
right, right,
So again, when we talk about relationship or disposable can be anything. Even keeping a photograph or your picture or your frame in south of southwest can be disastrous. Even your money box, your cash box, your clothes. So whenever we do these type of remedies, we strictly tell them that please do not keep anything in that zone. Just keep it empty. Or if you want, just place a yellow vase, empty yellow vase, because this will help you to, whatever expenses you're doing in the house will stay with you. It will not be on a larger side, not on the, on the bigger side. You will not have more of expenses coming up, or, disastrous results in your marriage or your relationship or your studies in that case.
right, right.
Yes.
This is fascinating, Pilot. I'm just going to come in to say, Vastu, traditionally, I think most of us, and just very quickly to address Ruchika here as well. While you're able to hear me clearly, there is a bit of noise in my background, which I'm so sorry. I have no control over today of all days. But I hope I'm loud and clear to everybody. Everybody here on video, just give me a thumbs up if I'm clear enough, because I'm speaking really
It's
loudly today.
it's
Super.
good, but yeah.
Thank you for that. All right. What I was trying to come to, Pile, is that traditionally, at least this is what I had grown up with, which I'm realizing now are major misconceptions about Vastu, which is that Vastu is only about the walls and the windows and the doors, and if something is not in the right direction, break it down. Like, things have to be moved. And in today's life of living in multi-story buildings, even your own bungalow, if you have one today, without approvals from governments or municipalities, you can't just go around breaking things. So you taking us into this direction straight away with the elements and the colors is so interesting. And then Southwest, doesn't matter if your bedroom is there or not. What is more important is the photographs. And South by Southwest being the area of destruction of here, I want to just share with everybody very quickly, Payal, that I have actually had a session with Payal, and part of what I have experienced with Payal, you will be experiencing today. And Payal asked me only one or two questions after that, and she immediately said, "Pick that item up and put it in the South by Southwest." I said, "But we use it there." She said, "No, pick it up, put it there. When you want to use it, bring it back there." So I asked why, why would you say? She said, "The more often you keep it there, it's vibrant, it's energy, it's high energy that is interfering in that space will start reducing." And now it is striking me, it's going to start reducing because that is the area of destruction.
Correct.
Oh,
Absolutely.
very nice.
Of course, we don't want our kids to, I hope your son is not listening, but we don't
Oh, no,
want our
not at
kids
all.
to get into the space station mode.
Right.
So this is the best. Even in fact, if we are into any type of addiction, then Southwest really helps you.
Fantastic. And this is such an aha moment for me with this particular South by Southwest thing. And I hope everybody are taking your notes, because this call is going to be dripping uh, gems and gems of colors and colors and gems and gems and colors. So moving on, Payal, and uh, so we've spoken about Southwest and South by Southwest, and the fact that place a empty yellow vase if need be there, but do not overcrowd it. Is there anything else happening here right now?
Okay. So, if I have to speak about again talking on the relationship, we all always wish that our relationship should be perfect and it should be long lasting, superb, loving, just perfect. And that's a rosy picture we all have. And I'm sure people will say yes, yes. But unfortunately, after some time, we realize that it is not as rosy as what we look at it. Even we have this perfect match. Oh, we are made for each other. Oh, superb, it sounds so good. But yes, if you have the zones corrected well, if you have certain things, or if you take proper advice from the right person, definitely the entire family is made for each other. It's just not you and your spouse or your partner. The entire family can go along. They can actually visualize yourself, like, I would not say the right word bossing, but yes, you would be the person who is highly attracted in the house, and people were like, wow, we just want to follow you guys. But yes, it does matter.
Right. And of course, more and more coming up. People, Pile, some questions have come in. Can I just bring them up very
Yes,
quickly?
please. Yes.
Okay, so there is the first question that came in, uh, which has been addressed to Ruchika. I hope it has been addressed. And there was another question. Where has it gone? Okay. Then Parul has written, these days people use yellow in the living room, which is towards the north. How does that work? Please guide, since I was planning to get a similar one done. And her second question is, can we place ancestors and our pictures on the same wall? So like you said, no, southwest, it has to be placed in the southwest. Can we put all our pictures together? So she has two questions about yellow in the north and our pictures together in southwest.
Thank you, Parul. That's a fantastic question, and I'm sure that you guys will like this answer as well. So when we say about north, it's not north, it's northeast. Okay, so you can paint the wall which is in the northeast direction, which is yellow. However, we do not recommend the entire north wall as yellow. The reason is because it comes under blue zone, and unless you are, you're making the entire house yellow color, then it's, yes, it is considered, but just not one part of the house. So we have four walls, or rather three walls. If you're saying one wall I'm making yellow, which is north, then I would say not recommended. But unless you're making the whole house yellow, or the whole part of that house, the block is yellow, it's considered. And it is northeast zone which has the yellow shade, because it talks about god, goddesses, or puja temple. And for puja temples, we recommend yellow zone. However, again, point to be noted, no red color allowed in the puja temple.
Right. Not
So,
even the red bulb.
not allowed.
Ah,
So even a lot of people have this mandir, and then they put that red color carpet, or the cloth and all,
right.
which is
That's
really
what we've always known.
correct. It's not allowed.
Ah,
That's the first thing when I go to people's house and I say, okay, this is no, no.
oh
If you
my.
want, you put a white color, you put a yellow color, shades which goes with the zone.
Right. And I just went, most of our lives, that's what we've seen our parents do it. I know I've been doing it. So the first thing I'm changing after this call
Because
is the
that zone
cloth.
is again watercolor, and in water you using the fire element. So it's not,
Right.
so there's no blessing coming from the god, goddesses, or the almighty.
Right.
However, you have these goddesses, and you have the chunri lal.
Yeah. Yes. That.
That is considered. That's
Oh,
considered.
thank you. I mean, I'm one big sigh of relief. I was like, no, what is going on?
Chunris are considered because
Right.
it is the wearing of the goddesses,
Right.
which is considered, but nothing on the below layer.
Nothing below. Like, yeah, don't put a carpet. Like, normally, you don't stand bare feet or sit on the floor. So, do not use a red one there.
Avoid if you
Right.
can. Avoid.
Right. Interesting. And I'm just like literally nitpicking here a little bit. So, I'm just asking, like you said, in the Northeast is where we keep, we normally keep our temple or our altar. What
Yes.
if it's in the, it's in the direction that it's meant to be, that you face the east, it's there, but however, the temple is not in the northeast of the house, but is like a block away from it. If does the red cloth thing apply there also, or it depends?
No, not allowed again. Because
Not
if you
allowed.
remember WAF, so water and fire are away. So there is a different element in between. So remember, we are not allowed.
That's it. Doesn't matter where you are, what is going on, do not use red
Then
on the floor.
avoid.
Superb. Superb. I cannot get over
And I
this.
need I need feedbacks from everyone. Eh?
I'm going to I am like, what I am having reactions. I'm forcing myself to go to the Telegram group to check what everybody has been writing in.
Right. And
So
there was a second question as well, the
yes,
Parul
pictures.
asked.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's a very good question again, but I would say that the same wall is okay. You can keep it, but not together. So if our deceased ancestors are there, okay, you cannot have your pictures of the people who are alive, or people who are still breathing, on the same photo frame. So,
Right.
for example, if my parents are not there with me now, I can keep them separately, but not in the same frame where I have my picture.
Two separate frames,
Two
basically.
separate frames, yes.
Adjacent to each other is okay, not in same frame.
Absolutely fine. Upar, niche, daye, baye. I mean, whichever way you want to keep, left, right, center, but not on the same frame. And ancestors are usually in the golden frame.
Right. Okay. Ancestors are usually in the golden frame. People, please make note. All right. And everything you're saying, my first thought is going to what's the color, what's going on, what's the frame, what's the pattern of the frame. And thank you for that. Harshad says, Harshad, are you sleeping in the southwest direction and therefore asking if the head should be in the southwest, or are you asking is it good to sleep with the head in the southwest direction? So Payal, sleeping with the head in southwest.
Okay. So again, as I said, there's a very minor difference in southwest, southwest, and south again. So if he tells me that what exactly is the problem that he's facing while sleeping, then I can probably recommend him, because when we talking about sleep, we're just talking about the pillow size where your head is there resting. So
Right.
if your head is resting and you don't have enough sleep, or you have a suicidal tendency, or you feel unwanted, you feel I'm not worth it in this whole house or in the universe, then yes, you're sleeping in a wrong direction. However, if you feel you're powerful, you're enthusiastic, and you have everything on this life, then you're sleeping in the right direction. That's south.
All right. Okay. And Roxanne's asked, can I stop my divorce and bring my husband back into the marriage with, obviously, with Vastu corrections or Vastu remedies?
Okay, so there will be a lot of question and answer in this. So I would just like to ask Harsha that if she could just minorly tell me that what is the reason behind divorce? Because A, she needs to check if her southwest has her photo frame. A, second, any of the clothes, the clothing that she or the husband wears, is it there in the southwest direction? Second is in the west northwest. If there is something which she has kept, it needs to be removed.
Interesting. So, Harshad, Roxanne, tips out for you, and not just for the two of you. If anybody else has these questions in their mind, this is something for you to make note of also. Please don't ask me to repeat it. I have not made I have not made note. I'm looking at the group right now. Okay. Arjun's asked, and of course, Santoshi, Harjeet, all questions on the Telegram group, please. Thank you. Arjun says, okay, first of all, before I get Arjun's query in, Payal, because this question has come up that Roxanne's asked, and you said, okay, can you check these few things and get back to me so that I can help you further? Can you give us any example that has happened, Payal? You've helped so many people. I'm sure some, at least I'm sure, I mean, I'm sorry it happened to them, but I'm sure people have come to you with these cases as well. Give us any one example. I mean, change their names obviously for privacy, but
Yes. So there was a case wherein the husband and wife were not really getting, although it was in love marriage, okay, they were not getting, and they could see that some difference was started happening. The house which they were at, the parents' house, it was fine, but when they shifted to the new house, where it was just the couple, they could sense that something is not right, and gradually they started, sleeping separately, and then the man of the house started going out, and he wasn't responding well. And when the case came to me, we do the grading of the entire house, because that's what I said, it's only the expert who can really talk about on these grounds. And while grading the map, we came to know that the husband was on the same bed of southwest. That's what people say. But there is a minor difference in southwest and southwest. And the
right,
husband was sleeping in the southwest zone. So what we did is, I just happened to turn around the bed,
right.
and they are good to go now. A very happy couple with a child now, and they are doing very well in their life.
Nice.
So a minor difference, and it's like
Right,
we're not expecting huge changes. No, just a little here and there would definitely make a lot of difference.
right. And it's so fascinating that uh, if you're like this, just doing this is
Correct.
going to change the energies or the work around it so drastically. And that's why people do not be like doing it on your own. That's why you need an expert. Like Payal has been repeating continuously since there is a difference between south and southwest and south by southwest. And that difference, only that expert Payal here can tell you about. Arjun's asked, I live in an independent house which has yellow light outside the main door. Would white be better? Oh, I know, Payal, you're going to be asking him at least two questions. Please go ahead.
So first is true. Certain, thank you. But I would love to know that which is the zone that your main door is coming. So you can't just place anything like this. But if you could tell me rough idea that where exactly is your door. So a simple technique for all of them, probably it will help you. So so just stand in the middle of the house and face towards the east. Okay, just imagine that there's a sun rising from east. And when you say on the right hand side, okay, from where you are seeing your your east coming up, that's your south. On the left hand side comes your north. So if you could tell me, and your back, of course, your back is west. So if you could tell me that where exactly is your door facing, then I can probably help you with that answer.
So, in fact, thank you, Arjun, for responding quickly. He has said, Madam, the main door faces the east.
So are you entering the east or are you exiting the east?
Okay, Arjun, put your answer in. We will bring this up because look, people, when you ask these questions, uh, please understand. Of course, you're getting help, but there are a lot of other people, Pile. That they're also thinking, "Where's my door? Is it in that direction? What's the color?" It is helping everybody. However, I also want, we also want you to not just what is the color I need to use right now. No, there's so much more to Vastu than just this much, and there's so much for you to experience, Payal. There's one or two more questions that have come in. Something about Mukta saying elder daughter is not getting married, but the younger one is married. And Harshad, who had asked earlier about sleeping in southwest direction, he said he has trouble having good sleep, good sound sleep. So we'll help you respond to Harshad. And the other questions that have come in from Harshad, Arjun, even Mukta, even Mukanda, people, please experience this thing with Payal. It's going to bring a lot of things to focus to you, and then we'll get you on with Payal, as many of you as we can as well. Right, Payal?
Absolutely.
But
Yeah,
what
I'm
will you
here
say
to
to
help you
Harshad?
guys. I'm like, pura fayda utha lo mera.
Take full advantage.
Take advantage, please.
To Harshad, what would you like to say though? He said he has trouble getting sound sleep.
So please change your position of sleeping because you're sleeping in a wrong direction.
Change it to
Southwest. He's not sleeping in
he's not
southwest.
sleeping in southwest. So basically, Arjun, the question that he asked, should we sleep with the southwest in that? Your question, actually, your answer was in your question only, and the expert has resolved it for you. Fantastic. All right. Uh, Arjun, because you did ask him bringing it up, Arjun said, Madam, sorry, gate faces the south.
The gate faces the south, then yellow color
Door
is.
faces east, gate faces south. I have no idea what that means. I'm
He's
you
saying the
know.
main door. The main door is in east direction.
I enter the house through the south facing gate. The main door faces east.
Okay, so he's entering the house from south to east.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
that's what he's
so
written.
no yellow color allowed. Now the south also has 7 zones. Okay. Now we need to know which exactly zone. So even if you see the entrance, also we have S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6, S7, and S8. Okay. Now this is very minutely, what we get into. But again, the issue that if you can tell me that what is the issue that you're facing, if it is south door, then no yellow color allowed. You can use Hanumanji picture over there, okay, on the door, which will help you. If it is south door, which you are entering from south and going towards the opposite side.
If you're entering from the south, and therefore you'd be facing the north
Correct.
when you're entering. Right.
Correct. So Hanumanji picture will actually help you. However, it's important to know whether it's southeast, southwest,
Right.
southwest. So these are all south corners.
Right. And then which Hanumanji picture also, because there's single, there's Panchmukhi, there's so many details to go into.
Yes, so there are 3 Hanumanjis we prefer, but I cannot tell right now because
Right.
the reason is because which exactly door is it facing? He said south, so I'm just telling you a rough idea about the south. So
Right.
to all the viewers, again, I would say what we are saying is as per what you are telling me. So I'm just guiding you the way you are, wherever you're saying. So if you're saying south, I go with you, it's south. But Hanumanji, whichever Hanumanji you feel, you can get connected, tell him thank you, please bless my house and my work, and go with it.